Question: who's in the mood for more ways that will absolutely help you keep some money? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I love to help people keep their money. There are two forms of my show. One is in the form of an audio show, which comes uploaded every single Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. And it is the Instant Coffee with Jan show. I'd like to greet my listeners with a positive message and love to remind all of us how we can all try to keep our hard-earned money. Let's jump right into today. We're going to begin today. Today's part one of a two-part series. The next part will be up tomorrow afternoon, same time, same place. And it's basically 16 simple but powerful tips. Again, tiny things that we can do to help us keep our money. Now, some of the tips include things that we may do that maybe may hinder us from keeping our money. And you'll see that as we go along. So let's begin with the first one. And this is a common thing that every single person viewing has done at some point. I don't believe that all of us use up what we can in our refrigerator, especially when it comes to the fresh fruits and vegetables. You know, using them up before they spoil. That's why, honestly, the least thing that I buy, and I know it sounds terrible, but the least amount of things that I buy are in the fresh produce arena. So people might say, oh my God, that's not healthy. I'm 63 and a half. I'm relatively healthy. I don't want to, jinx me or anything, but I've eaten canned food, canned fruits, canned veggies. I've had frozen veggies and fruits my whole life. And of course, some element of fresh fruits and vegetables. But for me, sometimes they just simply don't get used up fast enough. And I am absolutely against food waste. So just saying. Next, rotate your canned foods in your stockpile. Okay. By keeping the newest things that you have purchased of the canned arena, for example, let's just talk about the canned stuff. Put the canned things in the back. The newest stuff goes right away in the back. The way always, the older stuff has been rotated to the front. And you'll use them well before expiration. They'll taste better too. Next, now this is something that we all have to get fixed out of our head when it comes to our stockpile. Now, there is a thing called beauty metrics. Now, don't get me wrong. It does look cute as your stockpile is building and growing, and you just feel a wonderful, warm sense of satisfaction. And you look around and you say, man, I really love my stockpile. But guess what? It is not there as a fixed home decoration. That stockpile is sort of like a living and breathing project. It is to be used. It is not there for beauty metrics. It is not there for just admiration. It is there to be used because let's think about it. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Therefore, we don't want to waste our hard-earned money. We want to keep it. So please don't be afraid to use your stockpile. Your stockpile is there to be used. There are many reasons why. We could go over that on another video, but it is there to be used. Never forget that. Okay, there you go. Next, when you are eating, when we eat, many of us, we have other things on our mind, or many times when we eat, the phone rings or a bell rings or something rings every time. And, sometimes we just eat too fast, or we have like the next project that we want to do, like in the afternoon, like eating lunch, and you're like chomping down your food, and you're like in a rush. First of all, it's bad for your digestion. It's not a great thing to eat hurriedly. It's really, really bad. Another thing is the body doesn't register the fact that you're full yet for a while. So you may be chomping, slicing, and dicing in your mouth, and maybe you're filling up way too fast. You don't even know it yet because the brain takes a little time to catch up. I know it's a crazy thing, but it's true. And it takes a little longer. And then all of a sudden you're like, you don't feel great, and you just wasted your food. If you didn't get what you wanted from the food, didn't enjoy it, in my opinion, it's sort of almost like a food waste, in my opinion. So when you eat, try to put all the distractions out of your mind. Yeah, I know you're excited about your afternoon project, but keep it into perspective. Right now, right at that moment, you're eating whatever the meal is. It could be a project you want to do in the morning and you're chomping down your breakfast, for example, hurriedly. Don't do that. Mealtime is important, okay? So just, like take your time, realize all the hard earned work it took you to earn that meal that you're eating. Never forget that, because that increases in your mind's eye the value of your hard earned dollar. I'm just saying. All right. Let me get the rest of the page. La 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 la. Okay. Next, regarding leftovers, of course, I call it do-overs, whatever. Now, if you live in okay, a family of one, it's your own leftover. End of story, case closed. But if you live in a more than family of one situation, family of two, family of three, whatever, in my opinion, I get 3 different colored food savers and assign that color per person. Sometimes you just don't want to eat everything on your plate. And then what do people do? They toss it. Don't do that. Take your own designated for yourself, pre-assigned food saver and put your leftover ingredients. So maybe you could use it for a do-over. Let's say you have some leftover onions and peppers or something from another time. And then you wake up on a Saturday, the others are sleeping, but you want yourself a nice pepper and onion omelet to start your weekend with. Nice, by the way, very inexpensive. And you have those leftover onions and peppers, and you could have put them to good use. It's yours because it's in your container. Just saying. Does this not make a lot of sense? In my mind's eye, this makes a lot of sense, and it's more sanitary too. All right. Next. All right. Me, Janet, personally, again, my opinion. This is my opinion. This is not the rule of law, okay? But my opinion. I'm not interested. I'm not into food subscriptions. Yeah, it's kind of sounds good in a way, whatever. I think they're too expensive. And I don't think you're getting, okay, yes, it's cheaper than eating out at times. Not necessarily, though. Not necessarily, though. It all depends. And I'm like, no, for that matter, if I want the convenience of things getting delivered, all I have to do is send for a delivery. I just do that. I just get my regular delivery and have it delivered. And I have more of a choice in savings and pick exactly what I want. But that's me. Everyone is different. If you do some price comparisons, find out in your particular circumstance if those food subscriptions are absolutely worth it. For the weekly cost of some of them, I could buy a whole week's worth of groceries and then some. But that's me, because I've been trying to save money on groceries for a long, long time. When you're 63 and a half, you could say those things. Long, long time. Who else is on board with that? Yay. All right. Don't waste sliced bread. What? One of the things that it would hurt my heart to see people, first of all, I don't like food waste. When people toss away sliced bread, that is something that can so easily be stored. So if you plant, let's say that you have a half of a perfectly great fresh loaf of sliced bread, but you anticipate you're not going to be home for a week and a half, right away, wrap that up and put it where? In the freezer. Why waste that bread? And another thing, you have it there for an emergency, and you could use it one slice at a time. Just throw it in your toaster and your bread comes back to life. No big deal. I cannot stand food waste, and especially with something as simple as sliced bread. So if you know you're going to be away and you have a half, for example, anticipated, wrap it up and freeze it. It's not a big deal. What does it take, a minute? Just saying, just saying. All right, another thing. Oh, okay, organic food. Okay, some people think it's the best thing that ever happened since popcorn. Honestly, in my lifetime, that's all I have to say on that. I'm still here to talk about it. I do not buy everything organic. The things that I get organic, I'll just happenstance find them on sale. But I don't wake up and say, I must buy everything organically. I, Janet, do not buy into it, but I understand those that do. But I personally don't buy into it. For example, organic butter versus regular butter. I've been eating regular butter my whole life. I'm still here to talk about it. So I don't know. I don't know. But to each his own. But for me, Janet, again, I don't give advice. I just tell you my opinion. And in my opinion, organic is a lot of money. Well, anyway, please come back tomorrow for the remaining rest of the tips and tricks. And I know that everyone could get a little help from them. Have a great day, everybody. And thank you for your time. If you found value in this video, don't forget to smash down the like button. Raises the algorithm. More people get to see it. More people get to be helped by it, thanks to you being a kind soul and tapping the like button. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.